Hey guys, Dr. Miller Monfils here, and I just wanted to talk to you about your Patho Async course. So it's already underway. So the fun thing about asynchronous is there's no exact due dates because you work through it on your own. So that means that you could work through the whole class in 2 weeks if you want to. But what I have found, and I've taught asynchronous for a really long time, Baker just started offering it, but I've taught async for probably about 8 to 10 years. And basically, what happens 9 times out of 10 is students will be like, oh, I'll do that next week. Oh, I'll do that next week. Oh, I'll do that next week. So, really make sure that you kind of keep on a pace. And so, with that, I made this suggested pacing. So, again, it's not mandatory, right? But it's just suggested. And so, for module one, this is a suggested timing, what you're responsible for, and then kind of suggested order. Okay. And then here's a quick point summary. So let's go through this. So for module one, we do have reading assignment one. I created worksheets for you guys to fill out. When you fill out that worksheet and you upload a submission, it will give you access to a subfolder which has the answer key in there. So then you can compare your answers and make sure that you're studying the right stuff. You also have a case study that's already in your module, and so make sure you do that. There's also a flashcards assignment. Make sure you do that. And then there's that module quiz. So you're going to be doing the module quizzes. There's also a midterm and a final. And so make sure that you're doing those module quizzes and then also studying for that midterm. So the final is not fully cumulative. So it's midterm 1 through 4. That's going to be a test. And then your final is 5 through 8 modules, right? So again, that's the breakdown for what you're responsible for module one. My suggested order is read the materials, fill or look at that lecture outline that I have for each of the different modules, fill out that worksheets, and then I added this thing, and it's just a patient that we're going to follow through this whole entire semester, so all 8 modules, and he has a series of very unfortunate events. So we're gonna that's not graded as of right now. It's not graded, but I thought it would be kind of fun to just kind of have that in there. So do work through that because it's an application piece, right? And then also your flashcards, the case study review, and then do the quiz. So repeat that for all of the different modules. Now, I do have recorded lectures, okay? I'm going to put those out in an announcement here shortly. I'm missing about 5 videos, and I'm hoping to get those done by the end of this week. And a couple of them are going to be for module one, so I apologize for that. But I kind of don't want to make those mandatory because then it just becomes so much information. So if you want to watch the recorded lectures, awesome, go for it. But please don't. I think that by working through the worksheet and getting the material by like reading the textbook, filling out the worksheets, comparing your answer keys, doing the application, I think that's going to be enough instead of listening to me say "Ma, ma, 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 ma," for an hour and a half and getting very bored of my voice. But I am going to offer those to you because, I mean, that's what traditional education is, right? So give me through the end of Friday to fill in those 4 or 5 missing ones. I'll make an announcement right now with the ones that I currently have. And then, like I said, I'll fill in the rest of those by the end of this week. I've been going back and forth on whether or not I wanted to offer them to you, but since some that could be traditional learners, that's great. I will. But again, do the worksheets and all the other assignments, and I think that that will be great without adding another aspect to it. Here's another quick point summary because that's what we all care about. Modules 1 through 3 and 5 through 7 are 150 points each. Module 4 is 100 points, but there's also that midterm in there, which is 150 points. So that's why it's on its own. And then, module 8 is, again, that's your final. So that's why it's on its own. So basically, each of the different modules have 10 for a worksheet, 20 for flashcards, 20 for the case study that's in the course of study. Pat is a different case study, and he's just for funsies, and then your quiz. And then the repeated flow is seriously read, learn, practice, do the Pat a case study, apply it, review, and then test. And poor Pat is now apparently an official step in the scientific method. So I thought that that was kind of fun. So this is what I would suggest for the asynchronous pacing. Again, the syllabus is also in an announcement for you, so that's already available for you. I am on the phone, on my email all the time. So if you have any questions, please just send an email, and I will do my best to respond back to you in a day. At the very most, it'll be two. If you don't hear back from me, either check that it wasn't made into a course announcement for all students, or remind me, because sometimes things do get slip through the cracks. Um, so again, welcome to this semester of asynchronous pathophysiology. I'm super excited for you, for us to go through this, and I will miss seeing your lovely faces during lecture each week. But I think that this is a great way to, get a really engaging start onto the pathophys and the materials. A little bit about me: my PhD is actually in physiology with a specialty in neuroscience, and I teach nurses for my full time job, online asynchronous all the time, right? So this is just what I do. So again, welcome. And if you have any questions, let me know. All right, bye.